$1.221 billion were sent to the state of Texas I know I'm covering my face, for special education. So that's what was sent from the federal government to the state of Texas for federal funds for special education. In order to receive those funds, a school district must follow IDEA. If they don't, then they're not allowed to get those funds. Now, here's the crazy thing about this special education. And this is why we say parents have to enforce it. Special education funds are sent to the state and then nothing. There is no follow-up. There is no report that has to go back to the federal government, that the school district has to send to the state. There is no explanation of how those funds have been used. They're allocated, and then that's it. And that's the problem we have with special education. I would gather that some of these funds are not being used, and I'm not accusing any school district, any particular ones, but I do know that there's money being sent to the state that is then sent to the schools, and we don't have enough special education teachers. We need to get an accountability system set up in special education in the United States. We do not have one. There isn't one. There isn't one how the money's being spent. The only time you see that is when something on a widespread, like Texas did, where we set an arbitrary number at 8.5% of students. Only 8.5% of students would be eligible in the state of Texas for special education. It was kind of a secret, but it was exposed. The Houston Chronicle did an article about this. I don't know. It's been a few years. In Texas, but Texas had to send back $237 million to the federal government. That's the only time it ever happens, is when something gets exposed like that, which is a systematic issue. But it's a systematic issue now because schools and states don't have to account for any of the money. And when you have this kind of money and you have no accountability, it lends itself to misuse of funds. It just does. We see that time and time again. Even when there's an audit, even when there's an accountability, people misuse funds. But if there's no accountability, what are the odds that everybody's doing it 100% right? I would gather that there's probably a significant amount of money not going where it needs to go.